No person is illegal on stolen land. This is Puvunga.
Hey, she's not
this
double
is
masking.
native land. This is native land to begin with. No person is illegal.
Typical toxic whiteness. Everywhere y'all go,
Do you think that's an appropriate way to address a fellow American by the color of their skin?
You are taking these children away from their parents.
Hey, you!
Get him.
Get over here! What's going on, everyone? James Klug here. Today we're at Cal State Long Beach, where we had some pretty wild conversations about mass deportations. You'll be able to see people spilling coffee on us and a lot more. Cam Higbee is here joining me for today's video. Let's jump into these conversations.
Ma'am, do you have an opinion on mass deportations? Okay, no worries. Would you like to talk? Would you like to talk? Whoa, don't do that. Whoa, don't do that. Why are you doing that to me? Why am I a piece of shit?
I think they need to kind of define more what this means, because like reading it by the face, it's like everybody get the out.
Well,
right?
hey, no, I appreciate you coming and allowing us to clarify. We are talking about people that entered the country illegally, worst first, over the last 4 years, second. And, you know, it's not just because we don't like immigrants. No, we have to know who and what is coming across the southern border. You can't just have unvetted mass migration. That imports criminals, it imports good people in there too, right? But within that, you have criminals, rapists, you have gang members, you have all sorts of crazy things. And per individual that's crossing the southern border, they're paying cartels. So in the process of all this, you're enriching cartels. So you can see there's a lot of negatives here. You do not want to be incentivizing these negatives by not punishing these crimes. When you punish the crimes, you disincentivize the negatives. For example, right now, 94%.
A little bit in shape.
Yeah. For example, 94% reduction in illegal immigration right now. That is a good thing for the nation. That is a good thing for the people that are coming across the southern border. That is a bad thing for the cartels, and good, because they're absolutely terrorizing the people down in Mexico and in Central America. Good. I hope they lose as much money as possible, because under Biden, they were richer than their wildest dreams. They went for Sinaloa cartel went from about, $500 million per year to about $13 billion per year. Why? Unvetted mass migration, baby. Huge moneymaker. I don't support that. Do you?
I wouldn't support that either.
All right.
But it's both sides. You have to understand the Americans are the ones buying, consuming drugs. That $5 billion did not just come from mass deportations.
Okay. Yeah.
But the illegal drug trade has a lot to do with that.
Well, I'm not gonna victim blame drug addicts here, but what I will say is eventually you got to get this under control and turn off the flow. And that's a good idea. It's always a good idea to turn off the flow of drugs, right? We just broke a record for overdoses in the United States in 2022.
Yeah, and that's not okay.
Yeah.
I'm totally against that, you know.
Would you agree that cartels are probably among the worst people in the world?
I have family members killed by them, so yeah.
So you're very sympathetic to that point, and I wholeheartedly agree with you. We both understand. I have reported down at the southern border. I see the evil that they do, and guess what? You know, I did mention that each person that comes across the southern border is paying cartel members, right? They're paying cartels anywhere from $3,000 to $20,000. These people that are coming across the southern border are from, Central America all the way to China. Chinese immigrants have to pay like $20,000 per head, right? It's crazy.
Yeah,
but with these cartel members, do you think they treat these people well?
Yeah.
Do you think incentivizing and not punishing a crime and incentivizing more illegal crossings, which creates a humanitarian crisis, is a good idea on both sides of the border? No. You know what I mean?
Okay, now I understand what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? There's nothing good about illegal immigration. Therefore, you have to enforce the law to make sure that people come legally. And you know what? Yes, legal immigration, the 10-step process to become an American citizen, I think we both agree, probably needs to improve.
It definitely needs to reform.
You know what needs to improve more? The generation, you guys that are here right now, when it comes to being worse off than your parents. That's not a good thing for the American people. We need to be putting Americans first, and that's my position. Fair?
I'd say your position's pretty fair.
Yo, let's go, man.
What I'm saying is that if there's a person who's legally in the United States who commits a crime, you would uproot their life and send them to jail. Yeah, dismantle the family, right?
Okay.
You would send them to jail, right? They get no different treatment. Why should they get preferential treatment to American citizens who also get uprooted when they commit crimes?
So you're saying that illegal immigrants?
If you commit a crime, if you murder somebody right now, if you steal from somebody, if you assault somebody, you will go to jail and be separated from your family.
Jail.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is completely different. You can still visit your families in American jail. Your parent, they can call you, visit you.
Because you're an American
when you are
citizen.
deported, right?
Which is a privilege you get as an
When
American
you are
citizen.
taking these children away from their parents.
Hey, you!
Get him, get him.
Get over here! Get over here! Get over here! Is that the coffee?
Yep.
Hey, Nico, you can just show his face. Yeah, no, I already did. Hey, man, how you doing? What is your name, and why did you pour the coffee on Cam Higbee? What's going on, man? Huh?
Why y'all on these feet?
Whoa,
I don't
whoa,
appreciate you
Nico.
pouring coffee on us. Did you know?
Little ass.
All right, you guys, if you're interested in growing your personal brand or business on social media, you're going to want to listen up. Today's sponsor is Opus Clip, and they simplify content creation by combining a bunch of essential tools into one platform. I personally know learning a complex editing software can turn a lot of people away from creating content. Well, Opus Clip's AI features allow you to create professional grade clips without the steep learning curve. Here's how it works. You can upload a video file or drop a link into Opus Clip. I'm going to drop the link to my New York City ICE raids video. Give it a few moments and look how many clips it just made. Let's go ahead and click on this highly rated one right here. With Opus Clip, you have access to AI B-roll, automatic captions, AI reframe features where you let AI detect and apply the best layout for seamless context-aware composition. They have speech enhancement, filler words removal, and timeline editing where you can make any adjustments to your clip. I'm honestly still blown away by all the features here and how much time they save content creators. You guys, make sure to check out Opus Clip. I will put a link down in the description below. All right, let's get back into this video.
Take it, bro.
Give me the sign.
Boy, get off me, boy. What's up?
What? You can't steal stuff, man.
I'm not sitting there.
Wait, you just threw it.
I just threw it, yeah. I didn't steal it, dumbass.
Yeah, forcefully taking somebody's property is stealing. Who you calling a dumbass?
Hey, grab my skateboard. Grab my skateboard.
To make you run and drop my shit.
I ain't running for shit.
Wait,
What are you guys doing?
What are you doing? Where are we beefing right now? What's going on?
I'm supporting my people, bro.
Your people are Americans? Are they Americans or are they illegal immigrants?
That assaulted us?
You're American, so your people are American, man.
What is America built of?
Legal immigrants?
You think so?
Hey,
Oh, it's not. Oh, exploitation. Tell me about it. You're supporting importing illegal immigrants for cheap, exploitative,
Did you get that guy's
illegal
face?
labor.
You get that guy's face?
That's your position. That's not mine.
Saying that, I'm just saying this country was built on exploitation since the gold rush, since everything. That's what it was built
Okay,
on.
well, right now we have a nation where people pay into welfare programs, American citizens, and you can't just break the law and take advantage of all those benefits.
Your president's a criminal. Thank you.
Thank you.
I just don't think that you guys understand the hateful rhetoric that you're low-key putting upon a school that is, again, a commuter school. A good grip of the population is either sons or daughters of illegal immigrants.
We don't hate these people.
But it's definitely hateful rhetoric. You know what you're doing. You're baiting people into having arguments with you. Like, this is not peaceful.
It
If
is
you want to
peaceful.
really sit down and have a conversation, maybe put on an event to try to inform people instead of waving this big, poorly made sign.
We're not harming anybody. We are here peaceful.
So, first good argument.
If we know that this whole country is made of immigrants or people stolen and brought here, why have we not gone our way to either improve the process of coming here legally so that, we don't have to have these quote-unquote criminals? Even though a lot of them do work, they're hard workers, they make up the backbone of a pretty decent part of our economy. So, like,
American citizens can't outcompete them. So if you can hire 100 illegal immigrants for the price of one you, what's your name? It's fine. So for the price of one you can hire 100
who's
illegal
hiring
immigrants.
them?
You can never compete with
Who's
those people.
hiring?
Farmers who should also be in jail.
Who brings them here?
What do you mean? The cartel brings them here.
No, they don't.
The people who are taking going up on.
I'm sorry, what was that?
What are you?
That's not true.
this
Because
is for
they can't
YouTube.
outcompete them.
But
And
so
it
you're telling
it
me
disproportionately affects people that are in inner city communities as well, because they're going to New York, they're going to Chicago, and they're competing for jobs for low wage work for
think about
a
it,
lot of
not
inner city
necessarily.
communities as well.
You're telling me that if you had the option to, you would go out there and pick berries.
I'm not saying I would do that.
You're not advocating for illegal for exploiting illegal cheap labor, are you? Right now?
We're talking about the fact that
the people.
But you're just asking the question. You're not actually advocating that position, are you?
Most people who are taking these jobs are people who need the jobs and are here illegally, yes, but it's also jobs that American people don't want to take.
That's not true. There are 5 million Americans who turn 18 every year without a high school diploma. Those are people perfectly ripe for those jobs. But
you're telling me these people don't have jobs, but are they going to put in the effort to get those jobs?
Of course they would, but they can't outcompete the illegal immigrants. Think about it this way. If a farmer hires an illegal immigrant, he's now in a mutually destructive situation with that illegal immigrant. If he rats on the illegal, he goes to jail. If the illegal rats on him, he also goes to jail, right? And you can hire 100 of them for the price of one American.
But you're talking about it theoretically a sense of, oh yeah, these Americans would want the job if illegal people weren't taking it. I have never, because most people are like, oh, if it's not at least minimum wage or more, they don't want the job, which is fair enough. But you can't be mad at somebody who's doing the job for cheaper.
The job would be minimum wage if they were hiring legal citizens, but they're not, and that's why they pay less.
The question is, the illegal people aren't coming over here forcing these predominantly white-owned businesses to pay them cheaper. They're not. Don't try to play the game, because we've seen it. The way rich white people control the wealth and make their money is by saying, who can I underpay? Hold on.
Like, what?
Hold on, y'all. Wait.
I want to ask you guys an honest question. Since you support mass deportation, do you believe that you should be deported?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Do you believe that you should be deported?
No.
Okay, but you're not from here.
I'm a naturalized citizen.
Okay, but didn't Trump is trying to get rid of naturalized citizenship?
No, he's not.
He's trying to get rid of birthright.
That's equal.
Exactly, but we're not citizens.
No, your birthright. So your family came here from other countries.
We are citizens because our parents are citizens.
And your parents are citizens because your grandparents and your other grandparents and your great-great-great-grandparents came here from other countries. Therefore, you are not from here.
There's a naturalization process when it comes to becoming a U.S. citizen in the United States.
You are not officially from here. You guys are on native land. So,
do you think that's a really good faith argument, actually, what you're saying right there?
It is. Do you believe that your argument is in good faith?
Yes, it's a proper understanding of the 14th Amendment, which applies to Americans such as you, such as him, such as me, but does not apply to technically. I mean, it's never been. It needs to be debated in the Supreme Court.
Is Americans strictly white?
No.
Okay, then who are you deporting?
People
that are in the country illegally.
Yeah. Do you think that the process of them coming from whatever country they're coming from to America is an easy process?
Why should it be easy?
Yeah, I don't.
These are people that need help, right? These are people that are either getting killed in their country.
Do you give money to every homeless person you see on the street?
I actually do.
Every single one.
I actually do.
I find that very difficult.
I'm in a service organization. That's what I do. I don't know about you, but
the federal government's job is not to improve the lives of foreign nationals. It's to put Americans first. We have a lot of Americans that are struggling right now. Oh, wait. The federal government's job is to improve the lives of foreign nationals?
They made their job when they said, we're bringing democracy to the world. America made their job when they said that. Way back before I was born, before you were born, before he was born, America set that precedent. That's why we went and fought wars in other countries on the quote of, we're bringing democracy to them. So you're saying that you
no immigration policy. What should the punishment be for entering the country uninvited?
You guys, white people entered the country uninvited.
Do you mind if I? No, it wasn't a country. Do you mind if I?
This school is built on its native land, right? We came here and had no business.
Do you mind if I ask you what should the punishment be for entering the country illegally? What should the punishment be?
Most definitely. It's not even about a punishment. It's about how do we resolve a process that has made it so hard that people feel that the only way they can get in here is sneak in.
No, it's ultimately they can just cut in line because it's way easier to come across the southern border than it is to actually go through our 10-step process of becoming a U.S. citizen. Bottom line.
It was way easier for white people to steal and rape and get land than it was for them to ask.
What are we talking about here? Two different conversations that we're having.
It's a broad concept, though. It's all together. You want to talk about it, then let's talk about it on all fronts. Did the people were the original programs? Did they give?
I'm not sorry.
Did they give people like all this money, all this everything, or was it them killing, stealing, and raping?
I think she's talking about
how y'all just entered, pillaged everyone.
Okay, not me, but I see what
I
you're saying.
never said you. I said your ancestors, the pilgrims that came here. They killed, still destroyed. My family is native.
Are we acting like Native Americans didn't have a culture of raiding? Is that what we're kind of?
We're not saying they didn't have a culture of raiding, but you trying to separate yourself like, oh yeah, we may have done this, but we built a country out of it.
It wasn't us. Do we hold people accountable for the sins of their fathers?
Yes.
Why? Why? So if your great grandmother,
back, sir. I feel threatened.
If your great grandfather was a slave owner who
My
raped your great
grandfather was a slave owner.
Okay, so how are you any better than me if your great grandfather was a slave owner? The sins of your father. The sins of your father.
The sins of my father. The only reason I came to be like that is because you guys' ancestors.
Why are you more of your grandfather or your grandmother than your grandfather?
Because that was washed. I am so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. But my blackness has washed. I hate your.
Oh, you're good.
My blackness has really came into my life, and I personally associate with my blackness more than I'm saying, oh, a culture that, and because
I don't know. That built the strongest country in the face of the earth.
So do you think America is just the best country in the world?
Let's get back to the argument. Let's get back to the argument that matters here, right? Let's get back to the argument that matters. When it comes to how are there no consequences for the worst border crisis in American history? You guys can import tens of millions of illegals for the purpose of voting, create a humanitarian crisis on both sides of the border, and then when it comes to enforce the law, hey, you know what? You're white and racism back in the 1700s. This doesn't make any sense. Let's talk about it right now, please.
No, but it makes sense. Everything is a cause and effect. History matters.
No, let's just talk about it right now. Mass deportations. Let's talk about why this doesn't work. Let's talk about why illegal immigrants today doesn't work.
It matters.
Back in the day, you didn't have free healthcare.
How does it correlate?
It's not that long ago. History
How does it correlate?
repeats itself.
It doesn't affect you in everyday life, but
so do you think something that happened 100 years ago doesn't affect right now? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm asking you how specifically colonialization in the 1700s correlates to this.
I'm taking the question back to you. Do you not think history constantly, one, repeats itself, two, has an effect of what's going on right now? Slavery was not that long ago. Everybody's trying to make it seem like it was.
But what does slavery have to do with this?
What does it have to do with deporting people that are in the country illegally?
It's not prejudice. White people should also, if they violate U.S. Code 1325 and enter the country improperly, gone.
It's prejudice. The people that this illegal immigration affects the most are brown and black communities and inner city communities. Bottom line.
Okay.
Bottom line.
So the people that come here, again, are half the people that come here illegally are seeking asylum. So what do you think they should do?
They should go through the asylum process. If they don't qualify, they should be deported.
Do you have any family members that are immigrants?
Family members that are immigrants, like first gen or something?
No, like just in general. People who had to come here.
Yeah, 1800s, yeah.
And no. Do you have any family that's immigrants?
No.
So this doesn't affect you at all. You don't see it firsthand.
We're talking about illegal immigrants, not immigrants.
You not cut me off. Thank you. So this doesn't affect you at all. So you don't understand how it feels to see your family going through in their home country, telling you about how people are getting killed, raped, having their homes destroyed at mass rates. You don't have a personal connection to it. So people who have
my personal connection to it is that I'm a United States citizen. Do you just call us a Nazi?
Yeah, I mean, that's why you guys.
Why are we Nazis?
How am I a Nazi? Wait. Hold on. How am I a Nazi, dude?
No, you're a Nazi.
I'm not a Nazi.
At all, bro.
How am I a Nazi?
Well, I think that
honestly. Like, tell me, honestly.
What is a Nazi?
I don't think I have to really debate with people that are.
They want you to get mad. They want you to get mad.
He's the one that called me a Nazi. ICE arrests nearly 200 Tren de Aragua members, prepares deportation flights to Venezuela. This was just a report that I pulled up from February 5th, but this is being widely reported on. This is one of the most violent gangs in the world that Joe Biden and his open border Democrats imported to terrorize the United States, which is just really loving and amazing.
Yeah, you know who's also one of the most violent gangs in America? Proud Boys.
No, it's not.
Yes, they are.
No, it's not.
Yes, they are.
Like, not by a long shot, actually.
Not by a long shot. Okay, how about the KKK then? They're a gang.
Name me one murder the KKK has committed in the last 20 years.
Oh, honey.
No. Let her answer.
Oh, honey.
That's fine.
In the last 20 years?
Yeah,
in the last 20 years. One, I can't give you an example, but they have a hard...
The most violent gang in the U.S.? You can't give one example of a murder over the last 20 years?
Lynchings, honey. Lynchings by lynchings.
When? 50 years ago? They're not a pertinent problem right now, right? We should be focused on people who are actively slaughtering people in mass.
Oh my gosh, your brains are tiny.
I think you're overestimating how much of a threat those groups are. Those people are evil.
Oh no.
Like when it comes to the KKK, evil, bad people I
You
condemn
guys
them
don't-
totally, but I'm not going to pretend like they're like terrorizing Americans
They
everywhere.
are. But that you
It's
just
not a
showed me.
thing.
It was like, oh, these are the most violent groups. This is most violent.
Tren de Aragua
gangs.
is way
Oh,
more
they've
violent
been
than the
hurting
KKK.
American people. Da, 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 da. These are the examples that you're giving me. I'm giving you examples. I'm saying that Proud Boys are the largest gang in America. That KKK is the largest gang in America.
You're saying that Proud Boys are the largest gang in America?
Most violent. Excuse my language.
What is your basis for saying that, if you don't mind me asking?
I'll pull it up.
My man, you want to come?
Wait, I just want to know your guys' like argument.
Our position?
Yeah, I just want to know like why you believe what you believe, because I feel like you're asking her lots of questions.
No person is illegal on stolen land. This is Puvunga.
Hey, she's not
this
double
is native
masking.
land. This is native land to begin with. No person is
Conquered and
illegal.
purchased. If no person is illegal, then no land was stolen. Hold on.
Don't put no camera in my face.
If you're talking, let's go.
Come on. You all are colonizers. Toxic whiteness.
Toxic whiteness. Hey,
Hey,
there's only one behavior that is destructive to the United States, and it's your behavior right now, sir.
It's you.
Yes.
How's my behavior? I told you don't put that in my face. I'm gonna tell you again. Don't put it in my face.
You guys, it's public property.
Everywhere you've been in the
I
world.
know that we're not
everywhere
familiar
you've been
with
in
the
the world,
Constitution.
you
I have a
destroy.
constitutional right to be free speech right. I have a free speech right to be having these conversations and
Not
filming.
what you want, but it's just stop putting this. Stop putting the camera and the mic in my face. I'm talking to you as a person. This is what I said.
If I say that I am going to be talking to you, if you're going to talk to me, I'm going to talk to you with a mic. Is that cool?
Okay. So let me say this.
I'm James, by the way. What's your name?
Typical toxic whiteness. Everywhere y'all go,
Do you think that's an appropriate way to address a fellow American by the color of their skin?
Y'all mess up other people's countries. They come here, then you want to tell them to get out. You ought to get out because y'all took the land from the Native Americans. And all the messed up treaties that y'all forfeited.
And then the Native American tribes were taking land for one another because there was a culture of raiding.
But that had nothing to do with you.
And then there was a war, and then California. Well, you just
take nothing.
Your ignorance in this issue is astounding.
I just had a question. Like, I don't disagree with you guys, or I don't like agree. I don't know. It's just like whatever. But if you guys are in favor of mass deportation, I'm just wondering, like, what is, as a country, are we doing to like stop people from coming in? Because I get like why we want people to leave, but like, what are we doing to stop people from coming in?
Yeah,
as policy, like
such a good question. So what the Trump administration has done is reinstated, or actually, I'm sorry, gotten rid of catch and release, where it's like Border Patrol, they just basically get somebody. Under this last 4 years, it was basically like greet and release, where they just say, hey, how's it going? Okay, come on in, you're good to go. They get their information, stuff like that, wait for their court date. A lot of people don't come back. But getting rid of that, trying to jump back into the Remain in Mexico policy, which is, hey, if you are seeking asylum, you gotta wait in Mexico. You can't just come into the United States and not go to your court date. Another one is deportations, which shows people that the law is being enforced, deters people from entering illegally, which is a good thing, because when people are entering illegally, you're creating not just a humanitarian crisis on the other side of the border, but also on our side of the border. And then lastly, in my view, this is my opinion, Donald Trump himself is just a deterrent. You know, people say, okay, well, he's the president now. There's a reason why illegal crossings at our southern border right now have plummeted 94%. We're approaching a 60-year low. That's amazing. And that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. You should know who's coming into the country, right?
I have a question. What's your purpose for coming out here? Like, genuinely, what's the purpose?
Educating on why this is a good idea, because it's obviously a good idea.
Okay, why?
Illegal immigration is a good idea because there are consequences to coming in illegally, obviously. If we're going to be a nation that's enforcing our laws, we should enforce the laws here. But when it comes to Concord, when it comes to
you can't conquer shit that's not yours.
Conquered and purchased, but
Okay, sure. Purchased from who? Did they give Native Americans any type of money for any of the land that they stole, or are they giving
Native Americans have had a ton, like hundreds of years of benefits.
Are they giving it now?
Pretty amazing stuff. It's actually proven to not help Native Americans. And they weren't we're talking about a bunch of different tribes. We're not talking about like there was a nation before.
It doesn't have to be called a nation to be a nation.
Colonizers came.
This country
They were
was
speaking
really
one
built on
tribe.
illegal
and say,
immigration.
Hold on.
Go ahead, Dom.
Illegal immigration.
There's one tribe of people that they will speak to, say, hey, we want to buy this land from you. Only talk to one tribe, acting like they represented everybody. What they do, they took that one tribe's agreement, stole land from everybody else. And everybody else like, we didn't agree to this. Why will we give our land up? And what'd you do?
Now that we're an established country with a welfare system, established benefits, all this stuff, you need to have control of who's coming over the border and who's not. You can, if you're just saying, okay, unvetted mass migration, it means allow criminals, rapists, a lot of good people, sure, but a lot of people that are coming here and competing, that are competing. No, he's not. That are competing with low-wage earners in the country. You're advocating on behalf of, like, basically this is a corporate argument right here.
You made them illegal when every country that has high numbers of illegal immigration are all countries that America has intervened and influenced. Their governments started wars, helped build. You talk about the cartel. The American government funded the cartel. They built the cartel. The cartel would not be what it is without America.
You being against this is actually helping to enrich the cartels wilder than their most amazing dreams. I mean,
money. You said, what are you talking about? Me? I haven't done nothing to help the cartel.
No,
American government
supporting the policy of open borders. What it does ultimately, like over the last 4 years, you have the Sinaloa cartel that went from a profit margins of about $500 million to like $13 billion. They're making money from every single person that comes across the southern border illegally, and not cracking down on that is enriching the very people that you're saying these people are fleeing from. It's insane.
But the American government created those people, thus creating people who having to flee from them. And then America, who created the problem in which these people are fleeing from, are now being punished because it's like, you fucked our country up. But now we're being punished because we're coming to you because you say you're the land of freedom, you're the land of immigrants. We're trying to get here, but then you make the process of getting here 10 times harder than it needs to be. But then you have a problem with us. And even though most of them do pay taxes, they do pay taxes.
They're a net negative on the taxpayer.
You wouldn't go far. The ones that do vote, most of them voted for Trump. So we're like, what are you mad about? They helped put him in power. And then what does he do? He goes back.
Okay, just to clarify, we are talking about illegal immigrants right now, so they're not voting for Donald Trump.
They really didn't help. How many people have we done see to get deported? Like, we voted for Trump. We voted for Trump. We thought Trump was gonna, Trump said he wants us. Trump says we can work. But no, so don't play this game.
Do you mind if I ask, are you guys against illegal immigrants voting? People that are not U.S. citizens, are you against them voting?
No. Why would I be against them voting?
This is the very reason why a lot of Democrats support importing, millions and millions of illegal immigrants, because it's the purpose of voting.
Wait, hold on.
That's the only benefit here. That's the only logical reason to allow and support
this. Most immigrants that come into this country, most immigrants that come into this country have conservative views. Most immigrants, yes. What are you talking about?
Overwhelmingly left wing.
They only lean Democrats because a lot of them experience racism from white people. And so, as such, Democrats have posted themselves out as, hey,
the United States is the least racist country on the face of the earth. Yeah, it is. No, I'm not.
No, you are delusional.
No, I'm not.
No, you very much are. Again, you can't speak on the terms of how much you can't gauge racism.
I'm an American. I can speak on behalf of Americans.
Racism? No, you haven't.
Of course I have. I experienced more racism from left-wing radicals than you guys for sure.
Can I ask you a question?
You will never experience racism.
Can you name one law that discriminates against black people in the United States?
Again,
one
just
law.
because it's written down in the law doesn't mean it's not going to be
one. You said systematic.
discriminated against, and that's illegal.
Same.
You haven't though. Racism is a.
Wait, can you answer his question really quick?
Just one law.
I already answered the question. I'm not going to answer it again.
You didn't say one law.
Anyway, racism is a systematic thing. White people will never experience racism, ever, because you are empowered.
What is the definition of racism?
I'm not going to sit here and answer your
It's
ignorant
prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed at a person or people on the basis of their membership to a particular racial or ethnic group.
Ladies. Okay, we're not Nazis.
What is a Nazi?
You.
What define it? What is it? You can't define it. Why would you call somebody something if you don't know what it is? What is fascism? Do it. She said she's gonna kill me for having a different opinion. That's fascism.
I want to know why you actually agree with this.
The reason why I agree with this sign is because we need to think about the American people first. Our resources are limited. If you see how the economy has been recently, I mean, I'm no economics student, I'm actually an engineering student, but if you look at the economy and the cost of living at this point in time, I mean, we can't afford to have so much more people coming in here, taking up our housing. That's going to make the housing cost a lot more. If the American people are struggling, then we shouldn't be thinking about, giving these sorts of handouts. That's just going to negatively affect the American people. We work already very hard. The average salary, it's not enough to live a comfortable life. So my dad, he came here back in, I think, maybe 2000. He's from Mexico. He came here the right way, legally. He came in as a student initially. Everything that I've said today so far, he agrees with as well. I think the real issue here is people are sort of looking at this as a sort of, race war. They think that you guys are trying to say, hey, let's get all of the minorities out of here. And really, that's not what you're trying to do. And I think the media sort of warps people's perceptions on this issue to, think that this is more of a race thing. Yeah.
Well, I think that there's a benefit for them, right? There's an agenda there to be anti-deportations. How do we pursue that? Okay, race war. It's a race thing,
Yeah,
right?
it's a race
And of course it's not. When it comes to illegal immigrants, they disproportionately affect, black and brown communities and inner city communities. Those are the people that they're competing for jobs. It's when you actually have the real conversation, it's obviously not the case. Plus, there's people, it's not just people from Mexico or Central America, there's people from all over the world that are kind of coming into the United States illegally, and that's what we're against. And we're for protecting the rights and, for the safety of Americans today in this country, and that's obviously a pretty mixed pot of people. So,
and I think that's what your message is about. I don't think that most people, unfortunately, are going to be able to gather what your message truly is trying to say.
We've had some good conversations, actually.
That's good. I mean, but if you look at the majority of the people here, they're all cussing and swearing, and I'm sure the people who view this message negatively, they're going to be the ones to stop, so sure, there's that bias. However, I do think that, especially on this campus, if you're looking to sort of get your message across, it needs to be done in a different way, because these people most of them are minorities, and they're going to view this as a sort of race thing. It's, they're a part of that group.
Well, we have these conversations. It's not just about this right here. It's about posting online and educating people all around the world and all around the country. So, hey, maybe we don't make that much of an impact just on this little scale here, but perhaps the impact can be received across the nation.
I heard that you talked about gangbangers. Do you understand why?
Can I hop on this side of you?
Yeah, go ahead. Do you understand why there are gangbangers, or you just think it's like, oh, these people just go around killing people? Like, do you understand the history behind gangbangers to begin with?
To be honest, I don't really care. I don't want them. I don't want them in my country.
But it matters, though. The reason why gangbangers were created.
I don't want illegal gang members in my country. I don't care.
No, but it matters. You saying that you don't care, you only pick and choose what you care about. But it goes into the argument.
What is your reason for Tren de Aragua getting a stronghold in the United States over the last 4 years? Should I be asking, what makes them a gang member? No, I don't really care why the most violent gang in the world, got a foothold in our major cities. I don't really care. I want them gone. And I think that's a pretty reasonable position. What do you think?
I feel like the whole idea, because to touch on your point about talking about...
Do you think what I just said is reasonable?
I can't really speak too much. All I'm saying
Work
is...
with me.
I can't, though, because I don't agree with you, so I can't really
you don't agree with deporting Tren de Aragua gang members?
I don't support mass deportation. I don't. Why would I?
No, I'm just asking that specific one. Do you support deporting Tren de Aragua gang members?
Say if I agree or if I don't.
Do you support deporting violent gang members that are in the country illegally?
That have charges on them?
Yes.
Like got arrested multiple
Criminal
times?
gang members. They're known to local authorities. Do you support deporting them?
I'm not going to speak on that.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't condemn that and say that you want to deport them, the conversation, we can't even have a conversation at that point. That is... Those people are terrorizing American citizens, black, Hispanic, white, Asian, whatever it may be. They're terrorizing people in communities, and you're saying, I'm still not supporting deporting them. That is wild.
At the same time, why are you so focused on deporting all these people that are doing all these things? Focus on who's here.
Because they came into the country illegally.
Okay, but why? I feel like everybody's not...
Yeah.
Let me finish.
Finish yours, and
like
then I got a response.
You're neglecting the fact of why people come here. People don't come here for funsies. America's not this great country that you paint it out to be. People come here because they need to without a necessity.
So it goes back to this fundamental question. If I felt I needed to steal from you to survive, does that justify me violating your rights?
Hypothetically, if I owned a grocery store and somebody was on the street starving and they came and stole from my grocery store, I know I would not be mad.
What if they did it every single day?
They need to eat.
What if 10 more? What if 10 more came? What if 10 more came?
And it is what it is. I feel like you guys are neglecting human rights. Do you not care about human beings?
No.
That's what it sounds
There's
like.
no more caring country on the face of the earth than the United States.
America's not a caring country.
Yes, we are.
No, we're not.
Way more to them. Hell, they give people who are first-time citizens free health care. We don't got that. But
illegal immigrants get free health care in the United States.
Hold on. You said SUNY College?
SUNY Canton.
SUNY Canton.
Yes.
Okay, so what about America as a caring country? The fact that
I have a question to ask you. We go back to that every single time.
You stating your fact. You said what percentage of the school is non-white?
It's probably like 50%. I don't have exact numbers.
I don't know how that
works. It's interesting how, it's interesting how a lot of the people that support or are against mass deportations, they don't care about the law. They also don't happen to like their country. You tend to protect what you love in this world. You would probably go really far to protect your family, but you obviously don't care about America that much to protect the United States. I know, and that breaks my heart.
I'm a Nigerian American. I really don't give a fuck
about America, if I'm being quite honest.
So your position makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, it does. Because my mom is an immigrant. My dad is an immigrant. My whole family is in Nigeria.
I do care about the United States, so I will educate people on horrifying issues. Have a great one. Hey, America's the best country on the face of the earth. Remember that. Remember that. That's why she doesn't care about deporting people. She hates the country, and it's like, yes, you don't protect what you hate, of course. All right, everyone, that is it for today. So you guys, we had some pretty interesting conversations. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Cam, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm curious, what was your biggest takeaway from the day?
I mean, we had some great, pretty much that. We had some great conversations. We also had some not so great interactions where we got assaulted, and you know, it is what it is.
If people want to find your work and support what you're doing, where can they find you?
They can just find me at Cam Higby on any platform.
Awesome, man. Thanks so much for joining me. You guys, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit that like button, make sure to subscribe for more videos, and hit that bell notification button so you are notified next time I post. And I'll catch you all in the next video.